right. Good morning. Welcome to, or good evening, whatever time you're watching this. Good whatever you're doing. Because any time of day you can watch this, right?
Any time of day.
That's how technology works?
That's how it works.
Yeah, Sawana's here. Sawana's eye on Anthem. Sawana's big old eyes on Anthem. She's watching us like a hawk.
Like a hawk.
Golly. Thanks for doing this show with me.
Thank you for having me.
She's the only reason I started it up again. Like, we went quiet for a while. Can we say it? Show business, you say we went dark. Did we go dark?
We went dark.
Well, we went dark, and then we came back, and then we went dark. But now we're pretty consistent.
I'm honored.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
You are the water to my cup. I don't know how. I was going to say something weird,
that.
But I was gonna,
what the? This energy is weird.
Yes, it is. But let's talk something fun, because we all love working out. We love hitting the gym. We love Mark Wahlberg. F45, Crank the Tank, right? Isn't he associated with you?
Yes. He was a big part of it going to a franchise. At first, it was just in Australia. And he kind of was the push behind making it into an international franchise. He owns quite a few, and he's got a little bit of money invested in it. And his current business manager, who runs most of his businesses, he's actually the current CEO of F45.
Very cool.
Yeah, so we talked to you right before you opened years ago. What was your actual official opening date?
Now you put me on the spot. It was in April of 2023.
2023. So you've been at it 2 years now. How's it going over there?
Good. Yeah, we actually just finished up our High Rocks race this weekend. We started doing High Rocks training about 15 weeks ago, leading up into a half High Rocks simulation, which was really exciting. I didn't know how many people here in Anthem were going to be excited about that, but the studio welcomed it and took on the challenge, and we did really well. So it was a fun event this weekend.
Yeah, so you guys did it at your gym?
Yes, yeah, we held it at the studio.
And it was like a competition?
Yeah, it's a race format that you have to run in between each station. There's 8 stations that you have to do, and we did it either in the full ones you can do solo, partner, or relay style. We did either solo or partnered, so you could either do it by yourself or with a partner. But each one you have to run for the half. It was 0.3 miles in between each station.
Oh, jeez. I hate running. But you can do other stuff, right? Like bikes and...
Yeah. At the studio,
rowers.
We actually don't have much running at all at F45. So that was kind of a little bit of a shock. Yeah, that was a little bit of a shock for the members who did the High Rocks race. Most of us were able to do the stations cleanly, very easily. It was the running that we kind of struggled with. When I did it with a friend of mine who's a good runner, and he had no problem running. We get inside and we're going to do the lunges with the sandbags, and his legs are going like jello. And I'm able to just go back and forth with no problem. But outside I'm dragging and he's just flying. So after the race, we both agreed we need to cross-train a bit. That's kind of where we're going now a little bit.
What separates F45 from all the other gyms in the world?
So, well, I mean, that's a broad spectrum, right? There's a lot of different gyms in the world, but what we do to separate ourselves is we combine 2 different things: group classes, which currently you can kind of get anywhere, and they're impersonal. You walk in, you do your workout, you walk out. Nothing much to it. What F45 does, we bring the personal training aspect to that. So our personal trainers are certified, and we walk around through the room and give personal training throughout the workout, as well as before and after. We're talking about goals, doing in-body scans with people, and making sure that we're there for them throughout the workout. You don't just have a keychain that you scan and you walk in and you go and you're lost for the next 2 hours. You actually meet a person in person who greets you at the door and who is there to help you throughout the workout the entire time.
What type of workouts do you guys do over at F45?
So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday we have our strength training days. Tuesday and Thursdays are our cardio days, and then Saturday and Sundays are our hybrid days. So F45 stands for functional training in 45 minutes. The only days that we do longer are Saturdays. Those are 60 minutes. So it's kind of an in and out. You get all the training you need. You don't have to think about what you're doing. We're there to make sure you do it right. You get you get the personal training to guide you, and then you're out in 45 minutes, and we have showers in case you have to go right to work.
What's the most popular movement that you like? Some CrossFit is all barbell style, heavy barbell. What is F45?
So, and that's kind of where F45 came into the market. Is we had CrossFit that was very barbell heavy, Olympic lifting, and then you had that Orange Theory that was very cardio based on some sort of machine. So F45 kind of came in between where we have weights, we have machines, we have dumbbells, we have barbells. We have a little bit of everything, and so that's kind of why we mix it in, where we have days where we have strength, we have days where we have cardio, we have days where we do both. So it's a good mix of everything.
So, and you're offering recovery now.
That is true, yes. Thank you for reminding me.
You're
we
welcome.
do now have recovery. So we have cold plunge in-house, we have compression therapy as well, and we have the Hyperice Venom back massager and heat. I don't know how else to say that. That sounds weird, but
it's a lot of words, but we're going
to. So it's a back massager that also offers heat, but it actually works a lot better than it sounds. There's a lot of people who work out in the studio who have lower back issues, and they use that after a workout, and they go home and they talk to their spouse, and they're like, "Yeah, I can't even tell that I had worked out today. Normally, I'd be coming home after a workout like that, and I'd be on the couch, wouldn't be able to move for the rest of the day." So a lot of good things for the after workout to help people get back in the gym.
What about, you have a great big event coming up soon or this month or?
So for this month, we are actually using that recovery portion of the studio to give back. And anybody who comes into the studio and wants to buy a drop-in recovery or a 10-pack recovery, we're donating 100% of those proceeds back to the Days of Mountain Firefighters charity. So if you want, you can just come in the studio, go online and book it, or go on our Instagram and DM us and book your appointment.
And then you're going to have a big event coming up in September, yes?
Correct. And in September, we're joining forces with a few other local businesses. iSwing is going to join up with us, and we're going to have a block party event in our parking lot area. And Infinite Jiu-Jitsu is co-sponsoring the event with us. Homeland Brewery is going to be giving iSwing a tap, one of their brews to put on tap for that day. And then we'll have QR codes throughout the event for people to scan and donate.
I love the community involvement. You do a lot of that.
We try to. We try to get as involved as we can.
Yeah. And F45 isn't your only job, right? Like, you're a worker.
Yes. So I'm actually a full-time employee at a power company here in Phoenix, and also a father of 2 young children and a husband to a very patient wife. Because I obviously don't have too much time to spread around, but I try to sneak it in as much as I can. So, everybody out there who says that I just don't have time, I have 2 full-time jobs and 2 small children, and I still make time. So it's just a matter of making it a priority, not making time.
You talked about this
24 hours
in our last podcast.
Yeah, I've talked about. Well, the big thing is, I always say, if you want something to get done, ask the busiest person you know.
Yeah,
because they're the ones doing stuff, and they don't make excuses.
The doers.
They're doers. Like, there's people who don't do anything and say they never have time. Busy. The word busy is so overused in today's society.
We're all busy.
You're not busy. You're just choosing to do something other than getting your health right, getting your diet right, using your time for your family. Like, everybody puts their priorities, and you just look at your calendar, you can see where your priorities are. Mm-hmm. And so time is, you have to make time for your health. You have to make time for your family. And if you can do it all and balance it, then those are the people I want to hang out with.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing that F45 came, gave a little different spin on workouts, because people who make the excuse thing, 45, like,
exactly,
you got 45 minutes in every day. Like, do your calendar backwards. You have to sleep for 8 hours, back it up. Then you have this time, then you got to work, then family, and then you have 3 hours left. You got something to do. You can go to the gym.
Yep.
45 minutes.
We have plenty of working professionals, including nurses, who after the workout they'll shower, and then we'll see them walking out in their scrubs. And
What's the class schedule like?
So we have those people are usually our 5 a.m. or 6 a.m.ers. That's actually our most popular classes is 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. And then we have what we affectionately call our Moms Club, 9 a.m. That's when everybody dropped off their kids, and now they have their free time. And we laugh when we joke with them, but it's social hour, because a lot of people, that's the time where they have to spend with adults. The rest of the time we're with our kids, and if we're lucky enough to have kids who have friends that their parents are tolerable, then we become friends with their parents, right? So otherwise, it's as a parent, it's hard to get that time to meet other adults and other parents, and that's kind of where F45 comes in and makes that bridge for people.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me, walk me through your typical workout? You walk in the door and...
Sure. So once you walk in the door, like I was saying a moment ago, you're greeted by one of our coaches. We call them coaches, but they're all certified professional trainers. And when you come in, you're greeted by one of us. And then once everybody has came in for the class, we check everybody in, and then we'll start to demonstrate the workout for the day. We'll go through what type of workout it is. We'll tell them if it's cardio or strength, and then we have different styles. So pod style, follow the leader style. Basically, pod style is you would do a certain amount of workouts in an area before moving on to the next area. So we would explain all that, explain the timing, how long you're going to work before you rest, how long you're going to rest, and then how many sets you're going to do at each station before moving on. So we'll explain all of that. We'll demonstrate all the movements, and then once we do that, we'll go into a warm-up. Once we do the warm-up, we'll start to come around and we'll give everybody stations. So station is what we call each movement. So let's say we had the benches out and we're going to do a bench press, and that was station 1. I'd say, hey, Eric and Swana, we're going to have you guys start off in station number 1. So once we're done with the warm-up, you'd head over to station number 1, and that's where you'd start once the timer turned green. Now, once you're done with the amount of sets you're supposed to do there and you move on, you'd go to station number 2. But the entire time, the TVs are telling you when to work, when to stop, when to move, and how to move, because the TVs are actually replaying the movements. So the trainers don't actually have to stand in front of the room and do the movements the whole time. We can actually walk through the room and make sure that you're doing the proper form, or say, hey, let's get a little bit heavier. Let's grab those 33s and bump it up a little bit and make sure that you're actually putting in the effort. Because a lot of times, you or I go to the gym and maybe you're just not feeling it, so you don't grab the weight you should be grabbing, or you don't know what to do, so you're lollygagging a lot. So having that accountability of somebody there to make sure that you're pushing yourself is kind of what we're there for.
Yeah, that's huge. I know the most nervous time for someone is showing it, like just getting there, walking in the door the first time. So that's always hard for people to get over, and like just show up, just get there, right? And then you guys seem like you take it over, and then you can't wait to get back the next day.
100%.
You can't go to bed fast enough to get to the gym the next day.
Yeah,
right.
Creates that following. Yeah.
And you can come in, and if you're nervous about coming in, you can make a no sweat or a sweat consultation appointment. What that is, no sweat. You come in your work clothes, you just have a tour, take a look around. We'll explain how everything works, and then that's it. And then the sweat appointment would be, we would do the same thing, except afterward you would then go ahead and take a class. In that scenario, you'd be in gym clothes and not your work clothes. So either way, whichever one you're comfortable with, you can come and do. But to your point, once people come a couple times, and you're going to be coming, most people are coming to the same time every day. So you start to get to know those people in the class. And so you start to look forward to seeing those people. They start to look forward to seeing you. And then you don't wake up in the morning and go, oh, I have to go to work out today. It's, okay, oh man, I can't wait to see Kathy in the morning, or I can't wait to see Demi, or I can't wait to see John, or whatever the case may be. You actually look forward to getting up and going to see people and getting your workout done.
Yeah, it gets addicting.
Yeah.
Class fitness, I did it for years. And then when you don't show up, hey, where were you this morning?
100%.
Accountability is huge in work, and most anything in life that makes changes. But yeah, we had a great group of guys. They called us the Old Spice Club. Okay, and we were the Old Spice Posse, and we showed up every morning.
That's
at 6
really
a.m.
cool.
Yeah, it was fun. Do you even know what Old Spice is?
It's a deodorant.
It was cologne and aftershave when it started. And then, do you know when they started doing the commercials that you're probably thinking of with the sexy guy? Sales went up 1,200% because the wives started buying their husbands that stuff because they were hoping their husbands
Marketing
would look like
genius.
that guy. I know.
Yeah.
So how do we do that?
100%.
Like so you market wives, I guess, with.
Well,
hot guys.
Who leads more
I don't
people to the
remember
gym,
the
the
study,
husband or the
but
wife?
there was something, if I remember correctly, it was something like 70% of shoppers are women. Like that's the market.
Yes.
If you're marketing to shoppers. So yeah, that's a good point. Yes, our demographic is. We would love to attract some more testosterone in the gym, but it's probably about 95% women.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder why that is.
We should go.
You should go.
Not that we're on the market or anything, right? But why not? It's inspirational. 95. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, the only men who are coming with their wives, with the exception of maybe
Interesting.
one or two.
Oh gosh.
Do you feel like this is a dynamic shift since like all the way back to 2020, or do you feel like that's just been consistent for gyms?
Well, for most group fitness gyms, it's that way in general.
Yeah.
It's about ours is a little more extreme, and I think that's just due to the demographic here in Anthem.
Mm-hmm.
But it's usually around an 85 to 90% in general.
Like men go lift, do their own thing.
Exactly. They want to put their hood on, their earphones in,
Correct.
do their own thing. But being one of those guys, you come to one of these classes and you're like, oh my God, I almost died because you don't ever do any cardio. So even on our strength,
That should motivate you.
yeah. So even on our strength days, you're going to feel it in your chest. If I wear my heart rate monitor, that we have the TVs that display them so the coaches can actually coach you to that. If I wear my line heart monitor, I'm red. You're not supposed to be in red on a strength day. You're supposed to be like green. Red means you're working too hard. I'm blinking red way too much on a strength day because I'm used to those lift days in my past life. So now when I go to work out, I actually am able to get into those green zones when I'm doing the strength training. But in the very beginning, it was rough for sure.
Yeah. What do you feel like is the biggest obstacle as a gym that you have to overcome business-wise? And how can your local community in that kind of support you better?
Pretty much you touched on it a moment ago. It's that fear of coming in and taking a look and seeing what it's all about and seeing if it's right for you, because it's not right for everybody. No gym is right for everybody. No restaurant is right for everybody. So you got to come in and you got to see what's right for you. Is it the good feel? Is it the right community? Is it the right vibe? Are we providing what you need for your own particular situation? So, and that's also why some people ask, well, what are your prices for your memberships? And I mean, to be honest, we have like 20 different memberships, but it really all depends on what your goals are and how often you're wanting to come and how much guidance you want. So I like to say that we prescribe the membership to you. We don't give you a menu and you pick from it, because if you were able to pick from a menu and get what you wanted, you'd come once a week and look like your favorite star, but it just doesn't work that way. Mm-hmm. So you're better off taking the advice of the professionals, the certified trainers, and that's kind of what that consultation is all about. We'll talk to you more about your goals and figure out how many times a week you should be coming. Should you be coming to strength classes? Should you be coming to cardio classes? Should you be running outside the gym? Because again, we don't do too much running.
Yeah.
Do you need to work on your nutrition? Because that's 80% of the job there, or the hurdle. So we can talk to all those points and make sure you know what you're in for and, and how to go about getting there, and knowing that it's not a sprint. You're not going to come to the gym. You're not going to go anywhere and be done in a month or 2 months or 3 months. It's really more like a 6 month to 6 year process. And there is no quick fix. I would love to say there is, but there isn't. There's decades of research done on certain things that work really well, such as hormone replacement therapy. And that's something you would need to speak to your doctor about, but that's been well documented research, and it's not a quick fix. Bodybuilders in the gym, they take some of them, they take steroids, and none of them have taken steroids sitting on the couch and gotten bigger. No. They have to spend 5-6 days a week in the gym. You have to put in the work. So at the end of the day, we're there to make sure that you get the support you need and the motivation to do so.
It's funny. I'll hear a lot of women say, and you probably hear this too, as like a reason to not come in. Oh, I don't want to look too ripped. Well, that's going to take a really long time and a lot of nutrition dialing in and so many other things.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, it takes years of dedication to build the type of muscle that people are afraid of looking like. Nobody trips over that much muscle. And it doesn't happen overnight. So if you start to feel like you're hitting what you would call a bigger limit, there'll be 3 to 6 more months before you're going to grow past that. Mm-hmm. So you have plenty of days to look in the mirror and say, okay, I should switch to cardio or whatever the case may be. So that's certainly not something that anybody should worry about. But it's like you said, once you come once, you get the feeling for if it's right for you, and if it is, then you get addicted. So what better addiction to have than something that increases your longevity, health, and even if you're not someone who's into looks, I think it's the fountain of youth. It really is. You see people who are healthy, you can't tell how old they are. You're like, I don't know. Maybe she's 30. Maybe she's 50. I don't know.
It's true.
Yeah, we don't know how old she is. I don't know how old she is.
It's irrelevant how old I am. But it's true. People will say, like, why do you care so much about looks and things like that? It's not about that. It's about, I think it's how you feel, and that's 100%. In turn how you show up for yourself, for your family members, for your work. It's not about, like, weight necessarily. The number on the scale is kind of irrelevant in a sense.
And that's kind of a dirty word, weight, right? Because there's a lot of things you hear advertisements that sound like they're helpful. Oh, we help millions of Americans battle their weight problem and their weight addiction, and nobody has a weight problem because nobody is sitting on the couch that's 250 pounds of pure muscle that says I have a weight problem.
Right.
It's a fat problem. So these advertisements are strategically not using the word fat because they don't get rid of your fat. They're getting rid of mostly muscle. If you want to get rid of fat, then you have to do the work. And even when you do the work, you still lose a portion of muscle if you're losing fat. So you really need to know what you're looking for and what you want. And the shortcuts out there are just pitfalls. So if you want the longevity and you want the health and you want to not be on prescriptions when you get older, because Anthem, much like myself, is aging, and we're not the youngest community. I'm over 40 at this point, so the reading glasses are on my desk. So if you're like me, then you have to start to look toward that last stage of your life and how you want to live it. Do you want to be in aches and pains as you get up and you go bend down and pick up Tupperware out of your bottom, cabinet and walk up the stairs and you got to look for that one-story home because you can't do it anymore? Or you can save $200,000, get the two-story because you're still agile, and be able to carry your grandkids up and down the stairs. That's a choice that each one of us have to make.
Do you want to live in assisted living, or do you want to be able to be independent for as long as you can?
Right. And so I heard this the other day, and it's kind of funny-ish and gross at the same time.
I'm ready.
So, yeah.
This is exciting.
So do you want to know the number one reason why people say I'm ready to go into assisted living?
Ready.
They can't get up from the toilet.
Really? That's horrible.
Right.
I don't want that.
My grandpa died on the toilet.
Stop.
Because he's old and yeah. He couldn't.
And at the core of that's just leg strength, because as we get older we atrophy and we're losing muscle, and if you sustain that muscle in your legs, then you can get through life long enough and stubborn enough to say I'm not going to assisted
stubborn
living.
enough we got.
Yeah. Most of us are going to have that with age for sure. I know I am 100%. So if you're anything like me and you want to be stubborn into your old age and tell your kids that you're not putting me into an assisted living home, well, then I suggest you start working on some squats and some lunges and get those legs where they need to be, because they're what's going to carry you through the end of your life.
And I love that you guys incorporate weights. Like, I was an Orange Theory person years ago, and there's nothing wrong with it. I liked Orange Theory. It filled the need that I had at the time, right? But progressive load is so important, especially at our age, which my age is irrelevant still, and above. We need that.
Yes.
Our bones are everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bone, like you said, bone density is big. That's another reason why some of those things out today on the market are dangerous, because they eat away at your bone density. But again, in our age demographic, we're on the opposite side of that. We're losing density, just
everything.
Living.
Just everything.
So, right. So we want to try to decrease that as much as we can. And kind of like the HRT, there's years and decades of studies of how strength training increases your bone density. So as we get older, that's certainly something that we want to do. And for women specifically, as women age, strength training has actually been proven to create more weight loss or fat loss than cardio. So that's kind of like the new black, I guess you would say. The new orange is black type thing.
Orange is new black, exactly. Well, and it just offsets so many other hormonal shifts and things like that. Like that cardio can actually tax your system in that sense and burn away good hormones that you need, especially to manage you through that luteal phase. I just wanted to bring that word up again. Eric learned it today.
Do you know what that word is? Have you heard it before?
I'm assuming it has to do with gluteus maximus?
No.
What is that?
Okay, we're going to do some free education. A woman has a cycle. A luteal phase is prior to your cycle starting, right? Okay. So that's when we're the craziest. That's when you guys should leave your homes. For sure.
For sure. What's the date of that September event?
Yes.
September 20th.
20th.
Okay. And just a reminder, all month long in August, come and get a free get our recovery session, drop in or 10 pass, and 100% of proceeds will go to the charity, Daisy Mountain Fire.
Which I love because they have Ignite the Night, September 13th, Daisy Mountain Firefighters charity. So this is backing up to that. Thank you for doing that.
Perfect.
No,
is it a competition? Can we do a partner thing?
Yes.
So on the day
Please.
of the event on the 20th, we are going to have a cold plunge challenge. Yes.
Cold plunge challenge. I'll lose.
I'll totally lose.
I'm done. Well, best place to find you online? F45 Anthem?
Yeah. You can go online and find us on f45training.com/AnthemAZ.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, Frank. Thank you very much.
Thanks
for
you.
everything you're doing for the community and keeping all those 80%, 90% women happy. Now we got to get some dudes in there for you.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me out.
We'll see you next time.